Hey guys, this is Polar, and this is episode 5 of the abandoned fishing village I am working on in CryEngine 3. And in this video, I am going over some of the custom decals I made, as well as show you some additions I made to this part of the map, the spooky part of the village, and I'm also going to show you the other, I guess you could say village or bay or whatever, on the other side of the map. And we are still in a work in progress phase here, so not everything's perfect at this point, but I'm kind of like laying out the detail work. I feel that the level's got a good base or foundation, and now I'm just adding all the little interesting stuff, I guess you could say, to make the level stand out. Pretty much done with the lighting. I pretty much done laying out all the meshes that I'm going to lay out. So a lot of the work now is a lot more detail work, fine-tuning the level, so to speak, walking through the level, making sure it flows in the way I want it to, and hopefully in a way that if other people were to play this level, they would get the feel of the story we're trying to tell. And most of the custom decals I made for this level were basically text-based, I guess you could say. I made them two different ways. One was with, like, you know, your fonts in Photoshop, and you know, I tweaked them up a bit here and there, and added some effects. And I mostly used the font type for, like, I guess you could say, like, business signs and such, which you'll see in the other part of this level. And the decals, the typesets I used in this one was actually just pretty much the like paintbrush tools and smudge tools. I wanted it to look like it was written in blood, or, you know, handwritten, things of that nature. As you can see here, this is one of the custom decals I made. This was obviously used with a paintbrush slash smudge tool to give it a little more, I guess, I don't know, detail. And I have the alpha there. And for those who don't know, you put this alpha map in there, or alpha channel, whatever you want to call it, and everything in black is going to be transparent. So, like, say if you're making like a leaf or a sign like this, and you don't want the whole, you just want like the type or whatever just to show on the level, on your alpha you make everything black that you want transparent, and everything white you want visible, as you can see here. And you pack it in with your rest of your material. And with CryEngine, they got the CryTiff exporter, which makes a TIFF file for CryEngine 3, as well as a DDS file, I believe. And you can see here, those were some of the custom decals, materials, what have you, I made for this level. The Sea Hag is going to be a name of, I guess you could say, like a bar, or what do they call it? Taverns. And I was thinking, what would be a good name? Why not the Sea Hag? I'm sure there's probably a little more original, more thoughtful names for a tavern, but that's what I came up with. And this is the other level. As you can see there, I have some boys out there for the seagulls to help, I guess, for the background. And this to the right is actually going to be the Sea Hag. See in this video. Yep, there it is. There's a sign, the decal placed on top. Might need a little more work, but for all purposes at this point, it's there. I also made like this little bait and tackle shop here on the other side of the island, and it's just a pretty simple bait and tackle shop, as you can see. Set up some shelving and whatnot, put in some lighting, and I'll tell you right now, when the sun goes down in this level, and with that yellow light, that bait and tackle shop really pops out. At least I thought the lighting was cool. Basically, when I edited it, though, you might not see it at this point, because I usually edit it because you can adjust the time of day in CryEngine 3 pretty easily, and I usually set it to around like 12 or 1 in the afternoon. And obviously it's better to see the like when you're working with meshes and materials, you'll see it shows you how they it just looks better during that time of the day. As well as, like, when you do the lighting, it's usually best maybe to do it at midnight, so the lighting stands out, so you can kind of see how it's going to look in your level at that time. and I had found these little objects which we're gonna blow up in a second. With the physics, they have physics involved with these crates and stuff, which I found at E3D's package. Very useful tutorial for CryEngine if those who really want to dig deep into CryEngine and how to do things. I highly suggest getting those video sets. They have two sets, one's with the overview of CryEngine 3 and one working with materials, and hopefully more to come. But yeah, this is the other part of the village, the other part of the fishing village I got going on. And this is what I will be calling the boring part of this video, because this is me using the rope tool and pretty much just detailing out this part of the level. I'm using the rope tool to kind of create a artificial boundary, I guess. It won't impede the player, but it's more for visual detailing purposes. I guess you could say kind of like a rope, so people wouldn't fall off the pier into the water. To help the level, this part of the level, I guess, I don't know. Well, I guess you could say look more realistic, but really it's mostly just for like detail. As you can see, I laid out some benches and tables, kind of like picnic tables, so to give the appearance that people would go back there and eat their meals, along with a vending machine. Other barrels are back there to hopefully simulate maybe like trash cans to some sort of extent. I mean, it's just like any part of, I've probably mentioned this a million times, a lot of it's detail work. This is me just lining up the rope tool and this segment of the rope to these poles and trying to make them look as realistic as possible. And instead of making, you know, a rope tool, do one each time for each segment, I just pretty much copy and paste. The rope tool does have a function where you can put different segments and make it just like one big rope tool, but personally I found that it didn't have the desired effect that I wanted. You know, I kind of wanted the ropes to hang down a little bit to give it the appearance that has some gravity and tension to them, I guess. When I try to make it one segment, I tried to adjust the parameters, but they were really straight, and I just wasn't digging how they were looking. But hopefully this part of the video will give you an idea of the secret fishing port, I guess you can say. I don't know if it's gonna be like a secret port. I'm calling it a secret port because I really haven't showed it in any videos yet, but to give you an idea of what I'm doing, I added a different I guess you could say like a kind of inspired like by platforming concepts with it. It's linear. It goes from point A to point B. Well, I just hope you guys get an idea of what I'm trying to do on this side of the village. I know I called it the secret fishing village, this part of it, but it's not really secret. I call it secret, I guess, because you could say I haven't shown it in any videos yet. But the base of it's pretty linear, but I added like a lot of like berries and stuff, not to make it look linear or feel linear. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're almost done with this level, and we'll see you guys again real soon. Okay, and I'd just like to say thanks for coming by. Please like and subscribe. It does help me get the page out there, and I will definitely have more of these coming very shortly. So hope to see you again real soon.